Here we are on Honeycomb. We got a 3K 4v4 on the testing branch. It is currently 9:04 Central Standard Time on August 2nd, 2023. Team 1 INS, Team 2 OSP. On Team 1, it's just Virgil, Captain Chaos, Cole Percy, and Dramus. They're all voice comms together. Team 2, Mechanaut, Internet Explorer, Warclops, and Corbeau. They are also all in voice comms together. We are messing around with these fun, exciting new capital ship changes. There have been a lot of missile changes as well, but as has been mentioned before, they're kind of getting overshadowed by the capitals. Not enough people bringing missiles to these, which is really unfortunate. I'd really like to see more of that. But the only real serious missile people in the Coliseum are me and like Beef and Nisk. But like everyone else just kind of offs missiles. Like Corbeau plays missiles from time to time, but he offs them, and same with Captain Chaos. It's just not the same as like a dedicated missile guy. But oh well, such is the way of things. Looks like the ANS team is again just balling up and ready to go under the map. At least that's my guess from the setup. OSP team very well spread out. Looks like they're going to be trying to play the cap game. Going all over the place. We're dropping down with the ANS team. This is Chaos's beam ship, the Hagrid. We've seen it many times. Festooned with stone walls. And then a few defenders around the edges of the thing. Oh, and it's dropping down with 2 Axford escorts. That is a hell of a setup. So it's just Virgil rocking double 450 Axfords on the front and the back. A few stone walls, some defenders, a bullseye, and a Mark 1, mostly for soft kill, but also some anti-small stuff in the Mark 1, I think? No, just soft kill. Cole, who said he wanted to try out a new build, rocking double missile destroyers. Perfect!
Nice.
Unfortunately, he's only got one type of missile, so we're not going to see the salvo planner get used in any meaningful aspect, but oh well. Nice to see someone bringing missiles at least. Captain Chaos, beam battleship, some stone walls, some defenders, bullseye. A couple scouts as well, a couple gun scouts. Rebounds on them, nice. I love the rebounds on the sprinter. I think the defender's better, but the rebounds can perform more effectively in highly specific situations, specifically related to rockets and to S2 spam. It's an interesting choice. It's an atypical choice, and that's what makes it fun for me. Dramus has 1 fighting voxel, 2 jam escort sprinters, and then 3 capper scouts with 120s and shuttle scuttle torpedoes on them, and those are going to be spreading out, well, somewhat. Looks like ANS is just going to alpha, head to Bravo, and cap Echo, and just completely abandon the top side of the map. So let's go over and see what's going on the OSP side. We got Internet Explorer here, which I think might have... Okay, so he's got 1 spin ship, 1 450 bulker, and 1 plasma and 100 mil bulker. Very interesting. Pretty well rounded at Internet Explorer. The triple spin ships is a lot funnier, but I think this is a more effective build, and it's cool to see one of each, like, strong bulker type. We got Mechanaut over here with 250s, and then plasma and more 250s. No, more 100 mil. Pure 100 mil bulker, pure plasma bulker, pure 250 bulker. More interesting builds. He's also got a little shuttle, jammer, pinpoint, and some chaff. Yep, chaff. Warclops. Mass driver. Where is this pointing? Very confused mass driver ship. EWR, LRT tugs, and some rocket shuttles, one of which is already locked, and probably about to get ripped to shreds by RPF.
The enemy is securing zone
Or shuttle scuttle.
Or shuttle scuttle. Corbeau has an EWR, a jam shuttle, okay, and then a bunch. Okay, so this is his torpedo build. He's got 250s on the nose, and then torpedoes on all these tugs. How many torpedoes? Not that many, but you get a high alpha size. A lot of H2s coming out already.
really long range rocket attack.
Where the fuck
Ah,
are these
the rocket's
going?
got one.
Oh,
That's not too
damn.
much.
It's got one.
Okay, not bad.
Little
Not bad.
lands. Wow, colossal waste of these H2s. Who is firing these? Oh, this is Cole Percy. So many getting just thrown away into this shuttle, like being overkilled several times as points cost. We're also hanging out in the lobby, the chat lobby, instead of going down on the caster prison like I usually do when I'm doing these. So we got a bunch of extra people here. We got Crow, who's being kind enough to spectate and stream for all the other folks here, since there's a lot of interest in the testing match. Basil, Beef, Careful Crusader, El Zombie, Lobster, and Not So Lone Wolf. Man, that's a lot of people. That's almost a whole other lobby worth of folks in here watching these games. It's very understandable, because this is, as I've said before, I'll say it again, this is a game changer. These capital changes are. It's huge, and it's going to dramatically alter how Nebulous is being played relative to how it's currently being played on the main branch. And that's very exciting.
Zone eclipse.
See with this bunch
Huge
of
shot, a
missiles
huge
from,
salvo of missiles, yeah.
Yeah, Cole Percy's going in. Probably gonna go out to space.
I think they're going to wrap around this rock and extremely overkill another shuttle.
Yeah.
Because this guy loves overkilling shuttles, I guess. I'm not sure what that's about.
Donate to a local shuttle shelter today.
Oh, and they're all going after the dead one. Womp womp. Couple gonna go after the live one. Yeah, he's more of a battleship player, not a missile player, but that's fine. Everybody's gonna learn. Why not learn on the test branch? Mass driver fire coming out and not doing that much. I mean, getting some
And
lands on the
they're
voxel.
still overkilling the shuttle. It's already dead.
Oh, yeah. There goes the shuttle on Bravo, and there goes the shuttle on Echo. Actually, that's Stramus's Rambergite? Rambergite? I don't know what that is. And I'm sure the other shuttles are also going to explode there on Echo. Must be able to pretty effectively zone out Echo. And is still slowly crawling under the bottom of the map.
The enemy secured zone.
A beam ship and two Axfords is a really powerful group. The problem with doing this type of play is that they're just out of the fight for a little too long. Especially once they come up here on Bravo and get a look at the entire OSP fleet. And hey, surprise, it's actually all somewhere else. So you're going to get Bravo.
Right now, OSP needs to get to work and do as much damage as they can before the BB comes out.
I think these EWR and LLRT tugs are about to get downed by the cataphracts. Percy already down to 2/3 of his total complement. OSP has a cap advantage. Quite a sizable one, actually, since ANS was not able to secure Echo. 3-1. We're just a couple minutes in and we're already up 40 points. Man, these are actually not even
We
gonna
have
see
missiles
LRT
going for a
tugs.
bunker. Let's see if they hit.
I think these are gonna run out of gas.
No, they are not gonna hit. Too far away. Yeah, they are going into space.
Yeah, the EWR saw the missiles come right around the corner and then they immediately moved. That's all
Yeah,
they
good
needed to
dodge.
do.
They are shooting the container decoy.
Voxel taking a little more mass driver fire, but it just isn't bothered too much by that.
It's because it's getting shot at by mass drivers being supported by a tug with a bloodhound as opposed to a monitor or a bulk. So their track quality is probably like somewhere in the 6 to 8 range right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You usually fit 2 track qualities, track correlators on monitors, at least I do. But then when I make a monitor, I do an EWR and an LRT. So, yeah, you are right though. It's not. It is dodging a lot.
I prefer to put my EWRs on tugs and like stack the absolutely stack the Bloodhound if I'm using a monitor, but I've taken to using the bulks instead because they're expensive. They're like 900 points a piece, but ooh, these tugs killing something.
Yeah, these
Oh yeah,
rocket
they're going for a
shuttles
shuttle.
are about to murder Colpercy's cataphractal launching team. The weak model and the lawn needy. He's fired a bunch of missiles at the tugs, and we'll see how well these perform.
Securing zone boxer.
I don't think they are gonna get through the PD of a dog swarm.
I think they're
It's
just gonna
really
miss.
strong.
Yeah, they're just gonna miss.
Maybe.
This is
Yeah,
where
they're missing.
steerable active radar is nice. I don't even know what these have on them though.
I
What are they going for?
have no
I
idea.
think they were going for the tug swarm, but it's just missed. Or they're going for the bulks, IE's bulks on D.
I think
I-
he
I
had
don't think
extended
so.
steerable and then just held them for too long.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Because that's a classic newer missile player mistake, is you holding your missiles for just a little too long to try and get them to shoot at the right thing.
More
I really want to see one of these salvos hit, but
And so far, all we've seen him hit is
dead air.
ships. Yeah.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Are those torpedoes?
Okay, we have shuttles going for the DDs.
Hybrids.
Hybrids, right?
Yeah, and he's just gonna dodge again. See you later.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Hey Crow, can you give me a sight of the shuttles going for the DDs? Oh, they're dying.
They're dead.
Nope,
Destroyers
they're
are dead.
Oh,
No.
Well,
Yeah.
Will they?
The
actually get
shuttles
the
are dead
shuttles?
too, but I think it's a fair trade.
yeah, that's more than a fair trade. 2 shuttles for 2
That's
missile
like
destroyers.
500 points for 3K. Well, a little less because he's fired a
Yeah,
bunch. but
totally
still.
worth it. Totally worth it.
Meantime, ANS has come up under the rock on Bravo, and as previously stated, hey, we're here, we've got Bravo, but there's no OSP, because OSP aren't really camped in their spawn, because that would be very silly to do. The 450s can fire at the mass drivers, which is a bit of a problem, but
IE's plasma coming in on THL's Iron Resplendent.
yeah, and that's going to
Yeah,
start
they are.
adding up real
It's not
quick.
hitting really well, but
Well enough.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Mechanaut go from consistently going under the map on this, or not Mechanaut, Internet Explorer going under the map on this to doing something different, because he's got a good crossfire on Chaos and Virgil.
Yeah, for sure. And he's also firing grape. Nice. So something we've discovered, for those of you who don't understand why that's cool, is that one of the best ways to deal with capitals currently is to kill off crew. Actually, since their repair is so strong, and grape's gonna, out of the 100 mil, is actually gonna allow you to do that.
Can you kill ships by killing their crew?
Yes, with an asterisk. You can kill them in that they no longer have any DC teams, and if all their stuff is redded out and they don't have DC teams, they will pod.
They'll evacuate, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real nice when crew gets implemented.
Yeah, crew getting implemented is going to be another massive dynamic change for the game, I think, because you're going to have to play
Massive.
such a huge different
So,
way.
so you're telling me that battle dressing station might actually be a good idea? to
Oh,
take down
shit.
capitals?
Oh man.
Oh my god, Lobster, you fucking genius.
Battle dressing
Yep.
station, your time has come.
Yeah, what the fuck? I never even considered the battle dressing station as being
Yeah,
like a sensible
You absolutely
choice.
forgot about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it might actually be worth taking on Axford sometimes, or on battleships,
Yeah.
just so you can keep your crew. Well, it'll only be worth taking once people start to figure out that
Haggard getting shredded.
they need
Oh.
to bring Grape to kill
Matt,
crew. and
dude's kind
at
of
that
just
point
running
it will
his
be-
BB into the open there a little bit. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, Chaos
right
has a tendency
now,
to do that. He's
OSP
kind of
needs
bloodthirsty.
to take the opportunity and kill the capital ships. They are really vulnerable right now.
Oh man, we're gonna see so much more capital brain rot plays after the buff.
Absolutely.
I
Like,
mean,
oh my god, I can't wait.
But
it's
look
already.
at how well Chaos's ship has held up.
Securing zone
Yeah,
admin.
but
that's true.
Chaos is a good player.
Good B-beam player. Yeah.
Like
Well-
some you're gonna have people just charging straight at you, and you're gonna be able to deal with them pretty easily.
So the thing
Right
here
now, he's
is
losing
that
his guns.
on main branch, charging in the open like this would be really fucking stupid. We actually talked about this in the last game, is that you transition from cover to cover when you're in a beam battleship, and judging how much damage you're going to take through that cover is a big part of playing the beam battleship. But with the increased repair threshold and the armor, that's gotten a lot more forgiving. So Chaos was able to just drive through the open for about 70 seconds there, eating plasma fire, eating 250 fire, eating a little bit of 450, and he's fine. He's gonna have to give up a couple restores, but he's mostly fine. Like this battleship is in really good shape. Yeah, well, his beam and his reactor.
His reactor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. are hitting.
However,
Nice.
now things are getting very interesting.
Those torps.
I was
Yo,
wondering
yes.
What the brown alert was? Oh my
those
goodness.
torps were amazing.
Oh,
I've been wanting to
New
see
torps.
this. So this is what I was talking about earlier with wanting to see people play missiles. Is I feel like missiles are going to be really effective. A lot of folks were saying, well, and Misk in particular was saying that missile players are actually going to get completely screwed by the repair changes because battleship players can just like repair up from this, right? Like this, you can go back up to 40%. But the thing to consider is that only really works on the DC systems, one, and like the reinforced systems rather, one, and two, causes a lot of crits, and three, this battleship is never going to be able to fight well again. It will get into a like, I can technically fly on the map and cap things state, but it's never going to be a dangerous combatant again. And that's like, I think that has value. Even if you can't hard kill ships, turning them into nearly worthless hucks is very effective and valid.
Yeah, torps are getting their place right now. Like those hits were really amazing, if you ask me.
For sure. And look at this. The plasma and 250 team is just coming in and is going to be able to clean this up. Like it's
they're
nothing.
gonna get the kill.
If they keep shooting it, it's just dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, it's already dead.
He's basically dead.
With that many fires on something, it's dead. Like, especially if you don't immediately start assigning your DC teams to every single fire. And I think he just, as soon as he got torped, he just gave it up.
The
Stepped
Citadel
away
is
from his
going down.
PC. Okay, meanwhile, Virgil has been playing around over here by Bravo and kind of dueling the spin ship and not having too much of a great effect. Looked like the spin ship got hit by a missile. A lot of 250 over here, or 450 rather. Yeah, those are 450 holes.
did that mass driver just overpen?
Yes.
They can do that?
Yes.
Damn, I thought the whole thing was they didn't.
Like,
Well,
if you're going
they're less
through...
likely to, but it's going through just the nose of the Axford, which has also been plasmid. So
Oh,
it's got a
fair
lot
enough, yeah.
less to pin through. The idea is if you hit things bow on, they won't overpin. And hell, you can even, if you hit a Reigns bow on, you won't overpin it.
Yep.
That's really funny. Also really sad.
So it's pretty effective at dealing with that.
If you manage to put a rail round through the 3 broadside reins, the third one takes so much damage. Oh my god.
Oh yeah?
I was testing it in the testing range. When you overpen with rails and then finally hit something and the rail round stops, it does so much damage.
Does it get increased damage on the
I don't-
overpen?
I think it's that it's hitting the maximum amount of stuff when it stops, as
Well-
opposed to going right through.
Yeah, so rail damage is kind of high, quote unquote, because it's constantly overpinning. So that way, when it actually stops, especially against like a small target like a Reigns that doesn't have a bunch of compressed parts, it's gonna dump out a lot of damage.
Well, and that's why, like, when bulkers are nose on, and you pen through the entire ship, you hit the engine block.
Yeah, it's
and
actually
it
really
stops
good.
and you kill it.
Yeah.
However, you're probably, depending on the kind of ship the bulker is, like the ones that Internet Explorer is using is great. You can hit them on the nose and it'll go through all the components. But if it's the wide one, you're more likely to hit a lot of dead air. Like the wide and flat bulker.
Yep. Yeah, we need to figure out names for these. Like, what can we call that? A hammerhead?
That works. The spatula.
I mean,
Spatula?
flat and wide is pretty concise, if you ask me.
I guess, but naming things is fun. The spatula. All right, I'm gonna start using that
Do we call the
spatula.
do we call the round and long ones the hot dogs?
Tubes.
Spatulas and hot dogs.
I think those are already called obelisks, but I like hot dog better.
I thought obelisk was just a generic name for the liners that put turrets on both sides.
Maybe? I don't know. The nomenclature is really wackadoodle because the seals make some up and then we'll just use them like in public spaces and then other people start using them and nobody actually knows what they mean.
Well,
Maybe
I'm calling them hot dogs now.
Okay.
Hey, Grow, can you give us framing to the damage control of Virgil's outsource, please? Order of runs. Thank you.
This one. Dramus's Voxel's hurting. Gonna die.
Total
Yeah, it's
ANS death here, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, annihilation.
Oh yeah. That under the map play killed him.
Yeah, but
Just
Virgil,
straight up.
Virgil's Atford, the second Atford or Order of Bronze, it's holding fairly well.
It's about to
Well, it's
not
because
be.
it wasn't getting
I'm
shot at, to
surprised.
be fair. For the longest time, it wasn't getting
Yeah,
shot
they turned
at.
one Axford into a giant engine, and the other one,
Yeah.
come on, let me suck it.
So the death was just firing plasma
Yeah,
at it
no,
for a
it's
really
dying.
long time, and then now that it's all plasmaed up, he switched his railguns over to it, and that's cool. I like that. I like that play
Plasma spam is back on the menu, boys.
of
Is this
plasmating
the
one
first
ship.
game? Is this the first game today where OSP has won not by avoiding the caps, but by going and killing the capitals?
Um,
Or has there been another one? I know there was one last night where all the capitals just got torped.
no, I think this is the first one today because OSP's been winning off cap games on the games that it has won. So yeah, this is definitely the first one, and I think the torpedoes really enable that, and that's why I want to see more missiles because I think missiles are going to be a really
Yeah.
effective tool against greedy capital play who aren't willing to bring as many escorts as they might have otherwise been.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Torps. I think they were like really useless on main branch, and I always wanted to use them more, but they really didn't worth it. And now I can use them, and they worth it for what I can see.
Yeah, I ran the double 450 bulkers with torpedoes on the back, and that was fun. I really liked blonking the hell out of that one Axford.
Yeah, the 450 plus 100 mil plus torpedo bulker. I was meaning to ask you, put that in the fucking armory. That build's cool.
Oh, that's not even my build. I mean, it is
Yeah,
like
Chaos-
my version of
Chaos
it, but I saw
mentioned
somebody
that.
else running it the other day.
That's
Okay, we
how
had a military victory from OSP,
Yeah.
not something you see.
it's not that
the-
common.
No, not it's not
ANS
common.
sub 500.
Yeah. OSP, all the caps.
Muy
and the main
bueno.
control, and
Congratulations on the OSP team for absolutely destroying ANS.
everything. Yeah, no fucking doubt.
I haven't seen as many torps yet, so I was
Yeah.
just kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty
You
brutal.
poked
It
around the
was
corner and
surprising.
immediately just got smacked.
Night game, boys.
Yep.
Yeah, it was from green to red in just seconds.
So, Corbeau, how you liking the new torpedoes?
I like them almost as much as I like EWR tugs.
Okay.
The good work outflanking.
Oh, is there something new about EWR tugs that I don't know about?
No, he just uses them a lot.
He just really likes
Yep.
them. Got it.
They just worked. We got the drop on the Yub Never.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really funny
and
to
I did
watch.
not throw any missiles out in time. Or I got the missiles out, not in time to save my ships, though.
Did you not have radar on those things?
No, they're radar. They're min. They are just chock full of missiles and enough programming buses, so I can throw 8 salvos per or 8 missiles per ship.
You could have saved yourself with a single front line. That's all I'm saying, man. Because, like, I thought you were gonna spot me. I thought you were gonna spot me because I saw you at 7K, and I just cruised on in because you didn't have radar. But
Yep, front line's very good.
Yeah, and it's like one missile.
I should have dropped my rockets earlier because you didn't have PD, but I just didn't see until you were in visual.
I go spyglass easily with my missile.
I want to point out Warclocks with 15,000 damage on the mass drivers. Good job.
Yeah, those were good.
Thanks. Yeah, how was that Voxel suffering from it? Because I know later in the game he got hurt bad by it, but I don't know early how much damage.
Early you missed a lot, and it's just because you were shooting at like I'm assuming track quality 6 to 8 with a Bloodhound tug.
Yeah, Bloodhound tug 2 track correlators. I'm not sure what that makes offhand, but
like it wasn't until like you got a lot of fire on that you started kind of forcing Dramus away from the fire.
But it did pin me down like pretty badly. Like
I was gonna say you immediately ducked behind that rock after a little bit of that fire. I'm surprised I won those sprinter trades at the beginning.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't, but
I think that's everything of note out of this. I don't think I have anything else to add. I really don't think I have anything else to add. No concluding thoughts, no nothing, just OSP. That's my concluding thought. Capitals are not beyond belief, as certain individuals would have you believe. They're quite strong, of course, but it's pretty obvious that OSP can fight them straight up if they're built to do that. I mean, that tug swarm, those torpedoes, just battleship is gone like that. I was talking about how amazing it is that the battleship is in such good health, considering how much it had been shot at, and then it died immediately following that. And that's incredible. That says a lot, I think, about the careful fragility of the capitals. They can survive a lot. They have really strong sustain, but if your burst is high enough, then you're just fucking Dunsky. And no amount of repair can get you out of being brought from full to zero instantly. That's something that torpedoes are really good at. Ironic, even though the ANS gets the torp turret, I think torpedoes are going to be a bigger deal on OSP over the long run. We'll see. thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Sorry for those of you out there who have auditory sensory overload issues. There's a name for that, and I just whooshed it. I know there's a lot of people talking there during parts of that. It gets a little hectic. But I hope you don't hate me too much for this. If you want to be involved in that sort of chaos, come on down. Discord link in the description. And of course, as always, I will see you in the battle space.